Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and today I have the honor of having the senior members of our Wilmington High School golf team with us. Today joining us, we have Rhiannon Diamond, Matt Vinal, Jack Toomey, Nate Packer, and Joey Dinan. Welcome to the show. We're going to start with you. You were the first girl captain for Wilmington. How did that come about, and how did you get involved with golf at the high school level?
So I'll start with the second half of that question. I started golfing at the high school level my freshman year, so I've been on the team for 4 years. But I started with golf when I was younger because my family was really into golf, so my whole extended family and my grandfather. I didn't get competitive with it until around middle school when I joined Meadowbrook Golf Club's junior team and then tried out for the high school team in 9th grade.
Okay, good. And you became captain. You were a 4-year starter or 4-year player?
Yeah, 4-year starter, and then I was named captain this year.
Okay, good. Congrats. And you're only the second female to play high school golf?
Yeah, second female.
Okay, now we also know there's going to be the next question is the makeup of the team this year. Boys versus girls. You're the only girl on the team?
No, we have another girl. She's a freshman. Her name is Abigail.
Okay, and how many freshmen, sophomores, and juniors do we have?
We have us 5 seniors, 4 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman.
Okay, and let's go over to Matt. Matt, you played the #1 spot, I think, this year, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the philosophy going in for practice? How did you, to get to #1 for you personally, but how about a team? What does a team practice like?
So practice for us was kind of like a personal deal. Like Coach Lynch gave us a couple thoughts before we went out each practice, but mostly it was practice how you play. For me, I always go out on the course and try to shoot as low as I can every time. Even when I'm working on new swing thoughts and stuff like that, you're still not trying to get an 8 on the first hole. That kind of screws up the round, but yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let's go back to Jack. Jack, real quick, just the format of how it gets played. How many players count toward? Because it's match play, and we'll talk about match play with Joey a little bit later. How many players count, and how many Wilmington players would play during a regular day?
Well, Mr. Lynch will bring to a match 10 kids, and the top 8 will count. So anywhere 1 through 8, your scores, whether you come in, you lose 3 to 6, or you win 6 to 3, your score counts. It doesn't matter if you're playing 9 and you win. Oh well, I guess, because your score doesn't count.
So how many years have you played on the high school team?
I played 3 years. I started as a sophomore, and yeah. Since then, it's been pretty good ride.
Okay, so Nate, real quickly, the home course is the Hillview. Mm-hmm. What is your general impressions of playing at home at the Hillview? How would you rate that as far as a golf course to be a team on and to get better on?
It's a pretty open course. It's there's a lot of room for error, definitely, and I definitely think it's a good course to practice on, except for the 9th hole. Don't want to hit in the water. Right. Besides that, not a lot of hazards.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a good course.
And how long have you played?
This is my 2nd year on the team.
Good.
So I've played since junior year.
All right. And let's go over to Joe, because you were voted the person that gets to speak about match play, which is the format of high school golf in the Middlesex League is it's match play, team with a team aspect to it. Just real quick, match play means what?
Well, basically, in match play, and you watch golf on TV, and you keep a track of your running score. Usually, you'll be 1 over, 1 under, etc. But in match play, you're only playing the one other person you're matched against. So Matt was playing the 1. He'll play. Say we're playing Burlington. He'll play Burlington's 1. Whoever's the 2 will play their 2. And if you beat that person at a hole, you get a point. You play 9 holes, you can get a maximum of 9 points, but the score has to add to 9. At the end, when everybody comes in, you add up everybody's points, and it's got to add to 72. Right, it's got to add 72 because that's 9 times however many people are playing, and that's basically it. So you can give people gimmies if you're out of the hole, and you're gonna win the hole. You can give them a gimme, take the point, and keep moving on. So your score doesn't matter as much as whether you beat the other player at that hole.
So by hole it goes.
Hole by hole.
It's a combined team score of number of holes won or drawn.
Yes.
Okay. And then as you're playing out in the course, do you know how everybody else is doing, or you're just within your little cell of 4 players?
You really only know within that little cell of 4 players how you're doing. There'll be 2 scorecards, or maybe even just 1. But you always ask each other. You pass people on the fairway. Yell out to them how you doing. But other than that, you really only know about the 3 other kids you're playing with.
Okay, let's go back to Rhiannon. As the captain, how do you see your role as the captain of? How many members? How many? 12? Do you have 12 on the team?
We have 12 on the team.
And
yeah.
you have 5 seniors. How did you see your role as the captain, and what technically were your responsibilities?
I guess really my role as captain was just being the leader on the team, making sure everyone was staying on track at practice and things like that, and getting us started. If Lynch was later, we were early and could go out early.
Okay, and any differences between this year and last year? We had the COVID year, so there were a lot of restrictions put on everyone, and things had changed. Did you notice, as the captain this year, what were the differences, and how did you help to drive the ship through those changes?
It was definitely a more free season compared to last year. Really with COVID, since we're an outdoor sport, we don't have to wear masks or anything like that. It's just masking up on the bus, so there weren't really any major changes for us.
Okay, that's good. So Matt, you played number 1 all year, so we'll talk about the year. I know it has been a struggle for Wildcat Golf over the last several years of getting people to play, and then also being successful in the Middlesex League. What do you attribute the struggles that you guys have had over the course of the last couple of years, and the depth of the Middlesex League Golf?
Middlesex League Golf is one of the top golf leagues around, I'd say. And our division has some big schools and some small schools. And take, for instance, me, Rhiannon, and Joey got the pleasure to go to Bear Hill for a 18-hole shootout. And it was amazing. Some of the scores that came in were outstanding. And it really shows that Wilmington Golf has some big steps to fill for our program to keep going. But our struggles this year were, really far and few. We only had a couple matches where we lost by more than 15, 20 points. So they were all reasonably close, and yeah.
Is there a lot of good young talent below that is coming up? And we have 7 returning players, hopefully, and is it hard to get kids to come out and play?
Tryouts this year was a little bit on the shorter number side, and Coach Lynch actually took everyone that signed up. So this year was a little bit different, and I'm hoping next year they get a couple more guys to try out.
Okay, now that I have all 5 of you, you might as well keep it, because we're going to go through just 3 quick questions about the season. What was your top moment this season?
My top moment was winning my last match at Lexington Country Club.
Okay, and what's your favorite hole at the Hillview?
Number 9.
And why is that?
It's the toughest hole.
That is true. I've put in the water there many times. So
Bogey usually wins.
And then finally, of all the courses you've gotten to play as a high school golfer, what's your favorite course that you've played?
Definitely Belmont Country
Okay.
Club.
Okay, let's go back to Jack. Jack, favorite moment from the year?
I think it was winning my first match ever. 'Cause, I'm not that good at golf, but I still love to play. But winning my first match ever, that was definitely a highlight of this season.
Okay, and then your favorite hole at the Hillview?
I'd say number 4 because, normally I'm not so good at the first 3 holes, but I always kind of bounce back in hole 4. So.
Okay, and then finally, favorite course that you've played. I don't know how many matches you played away, but of your away matches, the favorite course that you got to play.
Yeah, I've played at a lot of away matches in my 3 years. I think Winchester Country Club is definitely the best. It's a really nice course.
Okay, Nate, you're on the hot seat next. Favorite moment from the year?
I'll probably go with my win in Woburn, the second to last match of the year. I was down 2 or 2.5, and I was able to come back and win that match by 2. So that was a big win for me.
And then your favorite hole at the Hillview?
I'm gonna have to go with probably hole 3. It's a pretty short par 4. You can cut it over the trees if you can, and usually have a competitive edge there with kids who don't know the golf course. So.
And that is because the green is like a tiny little postage stamp green, or is because you can cut the corner?
I know I can cut the corner there, and it's pretty. You only have, if you cut the corner, you only got about I think 9 yards in. For someone like me, Matt would probably be right up there with the putter, but
Okay, and then finally, your favorite course that you played in the Middlesex League?
Probably Winchester. I'm gonna have to go with Toomey's answer here. Really nice course, professional grade.
So we have 2 Winchesters, and what was yours, Matt? And Belmont. Okay, let's go on to Joey. Joey, favorite moment from the year this year?
I'd have to agree with Nate, and that was that match against Woburn. I was playing with Nate, actually, and we had a good time. He won. I tied, but it was definitely fun playing with him. We had a good last match.
So out of 2 points, you picked up 1.5 points as a twosome, correct?
Yeah, right?
No, that's not how it goes.
No, we got 2 as a twosome because
Okay.
he was up 2 and I tied.
I got you.
Yeah.
And then what's your favorite hole at the Hillview?
I'd have to say 8, the par 5. It's one of my best clubs is my fairway wood, my 5 wood. So as long as I can put one in the fairway, I feel like I'm in a decent shape to do well in that hole.
Okay, favorite course you played throughout your high school career?
I would say probably Oakley. You get a good view of the Boston skyline, some really fast greens, a really good course.
And Oakley is versus Watertown, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then that's it. Let's go back to the captain here, Rhiannon. And favorite moment from the year?
Sorry. My favorite moment from the year was probably tying the Winchester kid that I played.
Okay.
I went into that match not expecting to tie. I didn't expect to win at all. And so it was really nice to tie, and I played really well there.
Okay. And how about since you've been there 4 years, favorite moment over those whole 4 years for you? Something that's really sticks out.
I think going to the shootout as a sophomore was probably one of my favorite moments. I had a lot of fun at it, even though I played terrible. But it was a really cool moment.
Okay. And then your favorite hole at the Hillview?
The 8th hole, I'm going to have to agree with Joey. I like the par 5s.
Okay. You don't like one then?
No, I don't like 1, just 8.
8, just 8. Okay. And then your favorite course you've played over the course of your 3 years?
Definitely
4 years.
Winchester. Winchester's a really nice course, and it's an honor to play there.
Oh, that's good. And as the captain, you also said who were the 3 that went to the shootout this year?
Me, Matt, and Joey.
And Matt and Joey. And how did you guys do? You can give us a summation of how that went for you.
No.
Don't
Terrible.
have to say the score. You
Terrible.
don't have to say the score because listen. Everyone plays golf, and everybody watches golf on TV and thinks it's such an easy thing to do until you're out there playing, especially in a competitive match. It's tough. It's much tougher than people give it credit. So, what was the experience like of playing at Bear Hill?
It's a fun experience. I did enjoy going to the shootout, and I really hate playing at Bear Hill, and I think that factored into how I played because I played terrible.
Okay, and how'd the other 2 guys do?
Matt played well. Joey played decent as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt played very well.
It's good. And then the transition that to Coach Lynch has been around for a while, as we all know. A great coach, great guy. He coached my son for 4 years at Wilmington Golf, so I speak from experience and having an understanding of what he's trying to do with the golf team, even though you guys have struggled for the last couple of years. What would you think how would you describe his coaching philosophy or his coaching style?
His coaching style is definitely, I'd say, tough love. He's very encouraging when it comes to certain things, and then other times he tells it like it is, which I appreciate.
Okay. And Matt, you were the #1 golfer, so how would you attribute what you're getting from coaches? So what's something that you're going to learn from him, or you learn from that you're going to take forward?
Coach Lynch definitely took me in. I came in as a junior, playing my first year of high school golf or competitive golf at all. And he told me how it was. He said, I'm going to start you here. Started lower on the lineup, and he let me prove myself and work my way up. And I always respected him for that because he was doing what was best for the team. And overall, he definitely taught me a lot. Like his famous quote, your next shot's your best shot. And I think I'm going to take that into life and just keep on going.
Okay, good. Let's go back to Mr. Toomey, sir. What's something you're going to take away from Coach Lynch?
Well, Matt's there. He said, "Best shot, next shot's your best shot." That's a really good quote. He had a lot of good quotes, like when it's breezy, swing easy is another good one. He always liked to throw out. But I mean, Mr. Lynch just,
How did he? Quick question.
I don't even know.
Let's ask this question: How was he a teaching coach, like a teaching pro would be, or was he a coach who was really focused on growing the team and learning the rules and playing with etiquette within golf? How about I ask you that question?
He was definitely more the second one there. Like there's only so much he can do. Like this year, he only got 12 kids. You can only grow it so much with what there's no booster program like other sports have, like Friends of Wilmington Baseball. There's no Friends of Wilmington Golf. We don't really get much support. So there's only so much he can do.
Okay.
But he tries his best.
Perfect. So, Nate, what's something you're going to take away? Now, we've gotten 2 different things from 2 different times. Let's see if we get some unique issues. What will you take away from Coach Lynch?
Definitely golf tips more than life tips, like they were saying. I think definitely keep my head down when I'm swinging. It's a big problem I have. So definitely keep that in mind next time I play golf.
Okay, and
golf going forward.
And we talked about, Jack brought it up, in growing the program. If Coach Lynch came up to you as a senior and he said, Nate, what can I do? What can I do to help grow this program? What piece of advice would you give him?
I don't know. He's doing all he can now, and I think he does a great job with what he does coaching wise. And He's a great guy. But maybe a little more fundraising, definitely, for the golf team. I mean, we had new uniforms this year, which is great, and we do play a lot of nice golf courses. So I mean, he does good. He does a good job.
Okay, good. And Joey, what's something you're going to take away from playing for Coach Lynch?
Definitely the kind of mentality you need to play golf and the kind of mentality he's taught us to have on the golf course, where you can't really get down on yourself too much in the moment. You gotta play in the moment, but you gotta think about the future, right? You can't just be down on yourself after you make a bad shot. Like you said, the next shot's the best shot, but also just you can't hold on to every negative emotion you have, and you gotta be ready to make the next best possible shot whenever you can.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then the question will be, then how and why did you get involved with our golf program?
Well, my freshman year, I actually ran cross country, and then sophomore year, I knew a few kids who played golf. I knew Rhiannon was on a golf team, and it really appealed to me. I went to tryout. I liked Coach Lynch, and I thought it was going to be a great way to start playing golf. I'd always played golf a little bit with my dad, but this is the first time when I was a sophomore I decided to really play golf, and I don't regret it at all. I loved it.
Okay, good. Let's go back to Rhiannon. And Rhiannon, since we'll finish the Coach Lynch session with you. You've played for him for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's been ups and downs in those 4 years. What are you going to take away from, as you go into life, what are you going to take away from Coach Lynch?
He's definitely taught me to be less critical of myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself in almost every aspect of my life. So he, the swing easy or breezy, whatever quote it was, stuff like that, it would just take a lot of pressure off me because I knew I can play golf, I know what I'm doing, so that was always nice.
Okay, and what would you say if I had a 6-year-old daughter at Wilmington Middle School? What would you tell her about golf to try to get her interested in playing golf?
It's not that scary. I feel like golf is one of those sports that kind of comes across as intimidating because you're either really good or really bad or average. And it's an individual sport for the most part, so it's really easy to get down on yourself. And I feel like that prevents a lot of people from playing.
And do you think that is there something underlying here with Wilmington? Because over the last 4 years, we have not had a lot of kids try out. Is there something about it, or is it just golf is it's a hard sport? Or do you see something that we're missing here in Wilmington that we can change to help get more kids involved?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest factors. We don't have a golf course in Wilmington, and almost all the surrounding towns do have their own course.
Excellent.
So that makes it difficult because a lot of people in town don't play in their free time on their own.
Okay.
Whereas other towns, the kids on the team are members at the courses in town.
Plus, I know with Hillview, we're sharing that with North Reading, and they get priority over us, and then their members get priority over that, and so we're always pushed back. Right? And
I think there's another team there too. So
Okay.
There's 4 teams.
4 teams there? Wow. Okay, let's go over to Matt real quick. Matt, you came in 2 years in because you were, I think you came in from a different school.
I did.
But what would you say to that middle schooler, 5th or 6th grade boy who might go out with their grandparents or their parents play some golf? What would you tell them to get them interested in playing golf at Wilmington High School?
I would tell them it's fun. These guys will be my friends for life now. I came in, golf is a fall sport here at Wilmington, so it was my first sport I ever played at Wilmington High. I didn't know many people. I was friendly with many, but haven't seen them in a long time. And they made me feel like I was there since freshman year or since 6th grade. So it's the people you meet and the things you see, and it's a lot of fun overall.
Okay, and then in the back row, Jack, real quick, what would you tell that 6th grader?
I mean, I gotta agree with Matt. It's fun to play with your friends. Even if you're not that good, it's just good to get out, playing with some of your buddies, just going out and just having a good time,
Okay, we're going to stick with you as you do the individual part because you've got the mic, Jack. What other sports or activities do you do at Wilmington High School?
I play baseball and golf, I don't really do anything else other than that. I don't do a winter sport. So.
Are there any other activities other than athletic that you do? You don't have to say yes. Because I do know I have.
Not really, Yeah, I began in the band, yeah. So play drums, snare drums.
Okay, what was your favorite moment all over for athletics for Wilmington High School, not just golf?
It's a tough one. We don't have that many.
Okay, we'll get back to that one then. You can just laugh at that. Then who's the favorite golfer that you're modeling your game after?
I don't watch a whole ton of golf because I don't know, but I'd have to say Justin Thomas. He's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's pretty good.
It's pretty good to go.
Who do you, we're still with Jack. What do you pass on?
Jack.
All right. Yeah.
Who influences you? Who's your influence for golf and athletics? Who would you credit to get here?
My dad. My dad used to golf when he was younger. I think he's probably kind of who got me into golf when I was little. But he doesn't really play anymore because he has some back problems. But
Okay, and what's your future hold?
I don't know. I mean, college. Yeah, we'll go to college. We'll see what happens. But always remember my time with Mr. Lynch on the golf team.
I'm going to give you a real easy one. Look straight into that camera and give a shout out to anybody that you want.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Hope you're doing good.
All right.
I'm on TV, Mom.
Okay, so let's go to Nate. And same basic kind of questions. Say, what other sports or activities do at Wilmington High?
I'm going to play hockey in the winter, and we'll see about the spring. We'll see.
Okay. Favorite moments athletically throughout your career in high school?
I went 0 for 12 on face-offs in hockey, and finally got a smile out of Steve Scanlon.
That's good. Who do you golfer that you'd watch that you might emulate or model your game after?
Definitely Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
And the lax way he plays.
Okay.
It's just a game.
Influences or people you want to credit to get you here, especially on the golf side?
Definitely my dad and my older brother Ryan. I think they definitely put me where I am when it comes to athletics today.
Okay. What are you going to miss the most about the golf team?
I think just the team itself. You can always play the sport, but you're not going to be able to play with the same people again. So it's kind of.
Okay, like in baseball, if you had a walk-up song, what would it be? You're getting ready to play the Ryder Cup. You're going out there. What are they going to play to get you pumped up?
Probably Pimped by 50 Cent, definitely.
And what's your future look like, Nate?
Probably 4-year college, and then we'll see where I go from there. If I don't make the tour, we'll see.
And what are you going to study in that 4-year college? What are you thinking?
Business and finance.
Perfect.
Go the easy
Okay.
route.
We'll give you the easy one. Shout out to anyone you want. Look straight at that camera right there.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. I'm on TV. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Joey. Joey will make it easier on you. Other activity, I know you play baseball and we've talked about other activities you do.
Other than baseball, I'm in the band, the marching band, so we play football games and stuff like etc.
You have an important role in the marching band, don't you? Because I hear your name announced when they do the marching band.
I'm the drum major, so I will conduct the band during the halftime show and during the songs we play on the sidelines.
Again, what instrument do you play?
I play the trumpet.
The trumpet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your top moment, anything that happened in Wilmington Athletics for you?
Anything Wilmington Athletics, I would say probably the last summer we played in the Northeast League Baseball. We got to win our South Division championship, and that was just a great time for everyone on the team. I was a junior, a great time with the seniors. We got to win our championship, and it was real fun. I was all of them. So
okay, and golfer that you look up to, emulate, like to watch play?
Well, when I was growing up, I always loved watching Tiger Woods, even in the later half of his career, just how clutch he was. I wish I could be just a tenth of as clutch as he was. It's just amazing.
I wish I could be like 1,000th of as
Yeah,
clutch
same
he was.
thing. Yeah.
What's your walk-up? What would your walk-up song be if they're going to do it?
Oh, I don't know.
What do they play before a baseball game when you're getting ready to pitch?
For a baseball game, a lot of I don't know. Get in the zone with some Mozart. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
And what are you going to miss the most about playing high school golf?
Oh, definitely after practice, after matches, huddling with everybody on the final green, the 9th green, just kind of going over what our day was like. Even if we lose, we lost every match, but we were never out of it. We always had a good mentality afterwards, and we all had a great time. So.
Okay, and finally, what's the future look like for you?
I do want to go to college. I'm interested in biomedical engineering. If I can get into that field, I'd be really happy.
Okay, you're definitely a lot smarter than I am too. Then that's good. Just give a shout out straight ahead. The camera, I'll back out of the way. Look right at my.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. My brother Michael and David. My Mimi. I love you guys. Thanks.
All right. Let's go down here to Rhiannon. Again, sports activities that you play at Wilmington High School.
In the spring, I play lacrosse, and then other than sports, I'm vice president of our class and on the DECA e-board.
Oh, good. And favorite moment, either golf or any other athletic event that you've done in Wilmington?
Definitely winning my first high school game last year in lacrosse. It was our senior night. Well, their senior night. I wasn't a senior yet. And we ended up winning that game, and that was my first win ever.
Oh, that's good. And golfer that you, male or female, that you emulate or you like or you watch or you try to model your game after?
I agree with Nate. Brooks Koepka is definitely one of my favorites. Controversial opinion because he's kind of a jerk, but I think it's funny that he goes out there and he performs well. despite the attitude.
And then influences and anyone you want to credit for getting, you talked about where you started with your grandparents and your parents. Influence or anybody you want to credit to get you here?
Definitely my parents. My dad was always my coach growing up in sports like soccer when I played. And then my mom too. She was the one driving me to practices when I was younger. So have to thank her for that.
Okay, walk-up song that you have if you get ready to play the it's not the Ryder Cup, it's Solheim Cup. What would it be?
Since I'm going to his concert tonight, I'll say Kiwi by Harry Styles.
Okay. Did you go to the concert this week?
No, it's tonight.
Tonight you're going tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter will be jealous. For and then what are you going to miss the most?
Definitely my teammates. It was a really fun year this year, and I'll definitely miss them.
And then Rhiannon, what does your future hold?
I will be going on to college and then possibly law school after.
Okay. Any schools we're thinking about yet?
BC and Holy Cross are on my list.
Okay, good. And then you look right into the camera and give me a shout out to anybody you want.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Nana. I think my Nana deserves a shout out.
Okay. And we'll end up with Matt here. Matt, what else do you do?
I play hockey in the winter and baseball in the spring.
Okay. And you've been to Wilmington High now only 2 years, you said. So over those 2 years, favorite moment that you've had?
Definitely hitting the home run to go ahead against Watertown at the senior night last year at home.
And hopefully a much better season this year than last year for baseball, correct? We returned a lot of players. Again, we got four baseball players.
Co-captain me and Joe Dinan.
Okay, so we'll have you guys back in the spring then, definitely. Walk-up song that you'd play.
It was Vivir Mi Vida, a Spanish song I learned from Miss Pietro.
Okay, and
Junior year Spanish. Yep.
And who's the golfer that you like look up to, want to play like?
Definitely Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay, and why
with
is
the
that?
long drive.
Okay.
Always pulling out the driver.
You don't have the right hat on though. You should have the Bryson hat on.
That's all right.
That's okay. So
Coach Lynch gave me this.
And then who are your influences? People you'd like to credit?
Definitely my parents and my friends.
Good. And then what are you going to miss the most?
Definitely the bus rides. We had a lot of fun on the bus this year. They gave us the big buses, thank God, and there was a lot of room on there, so it was getting rowdy, definitely.
Do you take music on the bus? Every team I have has somebody's in charge of the music.
I mean, we tried. We definitely put a couple iPhones next to each other, played them at the same time, but it didn't really work too well.
Okay, so next year for golf, if Coach Lynch is watching, make sure we get a boom box or something for the thing.
Yes. Or a coach bus.
And what's your future look like, Matt?
It's looking like I'm gonna further my college baseball career and go to Mass Maritime and study fire science. I want to be a firefighter.
Very good. And give a shout out to anyone you want.
I'd like to thank Mom and Dad and my grandmother.
Okay, perfect. Well, we've got the 5 seniors from the Wilmington High School golf team. Rhiannon, Matt, Jack, Ian, and Joey. I'm just kidding. So for Wildcat Sports Update, this is Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.